Welcome in, Raez of Love. I am Soulliaa Rae, and as y'all know, all March long, it's been Women's Herstory Month, where we celebrate and honor women internationally, ourselves, our family members, our mothers, our sisters, our aunties. And this month I had the privilege of conducting what I love to call Herstory chats with some women that I love. And so this is just the introduction to a few conversations that I've been able to have this month, and creating space also for myself to share bits and pieces of my story, because I feel like I don't do that so often. And this month I've been leaning into and falling back in love with myself and the story that has been written and is still being written. And so I hope you guys enjoy hearing these stories as much as I did hearing them. Here we go. I am here with the matriarch of our family, okay? My grandmother, my best friend growing up, honestly. I spent so much time at their house and spending time with this woman in my youth, and I'm just so grateful for her. So again, this is my grandmother. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Honey, I'm gonna let you say your little sauce, and then we're gonna get into her story.
Hello.
Hey, ready?
My name is Billy Martin. Billy Watkins Martin.
Yeah.
I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay.
1944.
Okay.
I entered this world August 24th, 1944. My parents, my mom and dad, they divorced when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
So my mother took the youngest one, Vera, my sister Vera, and myself to live with her. My older siblings, Norma and Ronnie, had to go with my dad because she felt that they were older. He didn't have to worry about diaper changing and all that. But anyway, so Vera and I, like I said, grew up with our mother. We moved to Kansas City for a while, which we couldn't, at that time, my mother couldn't find, and my stepfather couldn't find a place for us to stay because they didn't allow children.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had to go to a boarding house.
Okay. Do you think it had anything to do with like where you were at and y'all being a black family, or it just was the fact that y'all were youth?
It was the fact that I don't know whether it could have been, I'm sure that's probably was black family, but a lot of places didn't allow children.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
So
dang, I didn't even know that. That's
so
news.
We lived in the boarding house for about a year till they were able to find a place for us.
What was that experience like? What is a boarding house? Because I don't know.
A boarding house is where
we have those for real anymore.
Yeah, you really, I don't think you do. But a boarding house is these, like I said, these old women that wore these old shoes. So Vera and I had to wear long johns.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the boarding house.
At the boarding house, long johns and all that. But they were not really nice to us. And then my brother Ron came to visit us, and he didn't say yes ma'am to them.
Okay.
So it was so funny. He was saying, they said, why don't you mind? My brother said, because I'm my mama's. I'm not yours.
I'm not yours. Period. Uncle Ron is not gonna play that. Okay.
So anyway, that was an experience.
So at the boarding house, you and Aunt Vera was there by yourselves?
Yes.
Grandma Hall wasn't there with you?
No.
So y'all was like orphans for a little bit?
For a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so they moved on to like Kansas City, Kansas, where they were able to get an apartment and a place for us all to stay. And from then on, my younger sister, Debbie Brown, was born.
Okay.
I was so
Debbie,
jealous.
We love it.
Yes.
Come on, tell us.
My stepfather.
That's the real.
My stepfather, I was really his girl till Debbie came along. Debbie came along and I started to stutter. I stuttered so bad just for attention. And then I got hooked on stuttering.
Yeah.
Which was, really. But growing up, my school years, people used to laugh and make fun of me because when I had to get up and give a book report, I stuttered.
You stuttered.
I stuttered all the way through.
Mm-hmm. And look at you now. Look at God.
Look at God, yes. God's grace.
Look at God,
God's
baby. Ain't a
grace.
stutter in sight, okay? We
I do
praise
still
God.
stutter, though.
A little bit, I know.
Yeah.
But not, Brent, you really are very eloquent. All the beautiful things you
I
are.
do stutter, though, a little bit. But then I went to work for the telephone company.
Mm-hmm.
No, I worked for Mercy Hospital.
Okay.
Which I loved. I wanted to go into nursing.
Mm-hmm. Why you did it?
Because MS hit me. I went to the community college, taking all the courses, psych and all that, the required courses, and then MS hit me.
What's MS?
Multiple sclerosis.
Okay. When were you diagnosed with multiple sclerosis?
Probably over 25 years ago. I went blind in my left eye, and they thought it was a detached retina.
Okay.
Which it wasn't.
It was really a symptom.
So I had to go to Iowa City. I had to have spinal, and they did a spinal to get your spinal fluid. And that's how they could tell you have MS.
Okay.
So I went to Iowa City, went all through the test, and they diagnosed me with MS. And I got along, but really, what really happened, I was working at the phone company, walking the skywalk. All of a sudden, my legs went numb, like I was ready to fall.
Yeah.
And I just said, Lord, don't tell me I have MS.
Really? So you knew before?
And I said, don't tell me I have MS.
How did you know that was like something that could be a possibility? Are there other people in our family that have MS too? No, you were just the only one?
Because my legs, they just went numb, and every... But anyway, I said, why, Lord? He said, because I know you can handle it.
Okay.
I said, okay.
So how has your journey been?
My journey, it hasn't been bad. They wanted me to take injections every day, like in my hips, stomach, and all this other stuff. But I didn't, I refused all that. Okay.
Do you feel like that has preserved you, not getting all that extra treatment and stuff?
Yes, I do. And I'm still standing.
Period.
Yep, still standing.
Hello?
And then I got married at a very young age.
Ooh, talk to us. Talk to us about the love, girl. Talk to us about the love.
I have been Dennison, my sweetheart, childhood sweetheart, ever since I was 15. Dennis and I had been together since I was 15. We got engaged when I was 16, and my mom had a total fit.
Period. Period.
And I got married at 17, which was, that was way young. I was a baby, really. And then I had Troy. Everything happened in 1962.
Okay.
I graduated from high school in 62. I got married in 62. I had Troy in 62. So 62 was my year.
The most eventful year, 62,
Yes,
1962. Yes. Okay.